Hello, everybody. Here we are at Rock at Sage with Sage Sessions, and here I have with me a very special guest for tonight. Is Lena from Infected Rain. Hello, Lena.
Hi, my dear. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So tell us about your project. How long have you been active as a band?
Since the beginning, really. I was lucky to be part of the very, very beginning of Infected Rain when there was no name, actually. There was only two friends that were having fun doing some music together, and they invited me to try and sing for those cover songs that they were doing at the time, and it was just for fun. I didn't ever sing in any band before. I didn't ever think I would ever sing. I had a different career path at the time already. I've been a hair makeup artist for many years, and I did it with the band for a while as well. But yeah, as I said, I had no plans at all. It was just for fun, just
It was spontaneous.
very spontaneous. It's pretty classic, I feel like, story, but yeah, it worked out, and I got very sucked in, if you know what I mean.
And since when? What was the year? Remember?
Yes, of course. I mean, it was actually late 2007, and our very first show, which we considered the beginning of the band, was in August of 2008.
Cool. So, are you coming from Moldova, right? Cool. So, how is the situation there? I mean, the scene is small, or any other bands that?
So I was actually born and raised in Moldova, and I lived in different other countries throughout my life. At the moment, I don't live there. I live in America, and I believe that I am already a little bit of a wrong person to ask that because I've been living outside Moldova for 9 years now. However, I can assure you that we have insane amount of talented musicians, insane amount of good bands. We just don't have good opportunities. We don't have clubs where bands can, play and warm up and get their experience. They all have to start touring right away, and it's really hard on bands, especially because a lot of the musicians from Moldova are very they are conditioned in a way to maybe open visas or invest in their own transportation to be able to tour, because the prices are from the top of the roof for minimum salary or like medium salary in Moldova. So it's really hard on all the artists in general in Moldova. That's why a lot of people try and play somewhere else.
Have you played in Moldova?
Yes, of course. When we started with Infected Rain, we actually did have a couple of venues. The venues closed, opened, closed, opened. There are a couple of people that are trying their best to invest into a venue or a festival even here and there. But unfortunately, nothing that can be every year, a place that you can also always go to. Unfortunately, people go, it's just not worth, I don't know, the rent of the place or whatever, but it's hard. I know it's hard right now in the world everywhere, especially after COVID, but in Moldova was always hard. When I was a teenager, there was actually two really big venues, but when already Infected Rain started, both venues already were gone, but they were absolutely great. Some of the musicians of my band actually did play there with their other bands before. I only remember going there and being a fan of the local bands, and that's it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
And now that you refer about COVID, what's your opinion? Like, do you think that the scene got different after COVID?
I think so, but I think in a good way, because people seems to be a little more hungry for music, both musicians and fans, listeners. It feels like everybody's constantly on tour.
So many concerts, so
Yeah,
many
all the
festivals,
time.
everything is full, you don't know where to
And
go.
I am so happy that is happening, because not only there are people that want to create these events, but also there are supporters and band fans or just music listeners in general that will go to the events, will try to make a difference and support what they are there for. So it's great.
And what are your main sources of inspiration?
Just my life, honestly. Every day, people I meet, people that are in my life, things I think about things I'm going through, nightmares, dreams, everything. I put everything on a paper. It's something I started doing when I was 14, actually, and I wrote little poems and lyrics here and there. In Russian in the beginning, and then I did some in Italian. As I said, I lived in different countries, and then I started doing some in English because I was doing languages in the university. And eventually I started applying these lyrics to the melodies when I became a musician. So for me, it's almost like some sort of therapy when I write it down, almost like a diary, but I rhyme it. I like to make it as a poems.
Yeah, not like writing my feelings down, kind of.
Yes, yeah, but like, so I like to apply metaphors to it and involve my imagination and not be straightforward. Oh, this fucker did this and this for me, you know. I try to like make
Not
it
so
more
straight to the point. Put a more mystery, more.
Yeah, I try, yeah. So everything inspires me, really. Everything. Even a movie can inspire me. A book can inspire me. Many things can inspire, like everything, really.
3 entertainment tips.
Like what? Can you?
Like for example, in the music scene.
If you're a fan or a musician?
Musician.
If you're a musician, 3 tips. Okay, so main tip, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one will. No one will. No matter how many fans you have, if you are unconfident, you don't believe in what you do, it's not going to work out. 2, hard work. Work hard, because no matter how talented you are, your talent will not matter as much if you don't put the necessary work. There are only a couple of bands that got lucky. You cannot count on being
without
lucky.
so much work.
Exactly. That's
Connections.
Correct. You have to work very hard. No matter how many years it takes, work hard. If this is what you do forever, no matter what it is that you want to do, work hard for it. And 3, every single show matters. I've worked with many bands. I mean, specifically on tour. Unfortunately, I witnessed that some bands get discouraged if the club is too small or not too many people came to the show, and they don't give 100% of their energy just because they are like, I have a very important show tomorrow, this show doesn't count. If your attitude is like that, you can forget about this career. You should stop now. You should stop now, because we played a show when there was 1 paying person. It was many years ago, but we did it, and we did the same things that we would do on a big festival in front of thousands of people. And this is just so important, because that 1 person continued to come to every single show after that.
Since then. Yeah, since then.
You know,
and he will always remember. That's the thing.
We will always remember.
That you and everybody, even 1 person, 2,000, everybody remember. Yeah, that's true.
It's so important, because sooner or later that will pay off, because that 1 person will talk to its friends and will share your music, will share it all, and the energy that you give to that person has to be just the same.
So, next question. What gives you hope for the near future? Maybe you can talk about your band, maybe for you personally.
You mean in life? What gives me hope? It depends on the situation. I would say many things can give me hope. Nature recharges me a lot and gives me that energy where I see that there's hope, because everything in the nature dies and gets reburns again. Everything, that's the cycle of life, that's the cycle of nature. So that helps a lot to see that it's like magic, and that gives you hope that no matter what you're going through, tomorrow, look, I have goosebumps just saying that, like, because life is fucking ups and downs. Life is difficult for me, for you, for anyone. It's not just flowers and chocolate, right? I wish it was, but then on the other hand, if you only had colorful days, then how would you know that those colorful days are priceless?
When you don't have the dark one.
Correct. So I am very thankful for the pain I'm going through. I'm very thankful for all the shit I'm going through, because it gives me material for lyrics, it gives me strength for like the
inspiration,
everything. So that gives me hope a lot. Yeah.
What are your next plans
with the band?
Yes.
Well, we are actually still in the middle of a very, very long European tour. This tour actually finishes September 22nd, so we still have a lot to go. And then right after that, we actually are going on tour in the US. And right after that, we have a new album coming out, which we already recorded, which we already filmed 5 new music videos for, and I cannot wait to share that with people. It's so far my favorite album, and it's just gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Really nice. We are very looking forward to hear
Thank you.
and play it.
Thank you. It's honestly, it's like almost scary to say. I remember when I was a teenager, and I was listening to bands, and the bands would have like 5 albums or 4 albums. I'll be like, wow, they've been doing it forever. And this album is album number 6 for us. I'm like, I have so much more to do, you know, like it's not even halfway through.
Many more to come.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So what do you wish for the future?
What again?
What do you wish for the future?
What do I wish? I just wish that people were a little more kind, because unfortunately, because of people's greediness, because of people's hate, so much is happening in the world, and it's so sad to witness. Obviously, the obvious one going on is the war, and the one that people think is not that obvious is all the nature cataclysms that are happening. People are blaming the nature, but it's actually us to blame. If it wasn't for the greediness of people, for how much they are fishing, hunting, unnecessary waste, unnecessary so many things are unnecessary for our survival that we do as a nation, as a human race, it is destroying our planet. So I'm only wishing for kindness of people. I wish people woke up already and made a difference for their lives. Yeah.
And so, yes, that's all, I think. Yes.
So what's next? Let me ask you a question.
Yes, now you ask me questions, so I answer. So it was really nice to have you here, and I'm very excited to see you.
Thank you.
And everybody, yes. So, yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.